At the crack of dawn, we're cooking it, brewing it, grilling it, flipping it. McDonald's fires up the griddle every morning so you can start digging in and enjoying it. And now you can get your morning rolling with a hot and savory sausage McMuffin for just $1. Then add any size hot McCafe drip coffee for just $1 more. 2 tasty ways to make your morning routine a little better. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Blog Talk Radio.
Yo, what up? This your girl, Youngrapgawd. We in the building. Welcome to the Loudroom. We got a special guest on the line. I can't even kill him with kindness because I'm dead nice. What's going on? How you doing?
What's good.
Did I mess up the bar? Was that the bar, or did I mess it up? I feel like I messed up one of the words.
No, that was it. Why'd you pick that one though?
Because that's, it fits. And a lot of the times in battle rap, you can't always, relate to gun bars. So I feel like, you got stuff that's relatable to me is just, everyday common bars. But that was just fire because it's facts. I'm dead nice. What's up? You dead nice. What's up? How you doing?
No doubt. Good looking. I'm good. How you doing?
Oh, my gosh. I am good. Definitely want to get into some questions. I want to know some stuff real quick. But I do want to walk through your resume real quick. I want to talk about some of, your most challenging battles leading up to where we are right now in time. Because November 10th around the corner.
Yeah. Most challenging?
What do you think has prepared you for this battle, I should say?
Shit, man. I don't know. I mean, I think that T-Top is kind of different, I think he's really so good at, his angles are great, and his whole style is just very well, tailored to the big stage, you know what I mean? So I've seen some people kind of, writing him off because he might not be the most, complex writer, but to me, it's a big challenge. It's going to be a big room. It's a big stage. And I just think that he's a pro at that. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the chamber that I'm looking to master these days. Is the writing I just love to do. So it's not I don't have to push myself to work on that. So that's why that's a part of the reason I'm excited about this battle. Is because it's kind of a different zone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about the battle. A lot of people have been referring to it as a style clash.
Yes.
But I'm really.
I honestly don't even see it that way totally because I get that he's heavy with the street talk, and in terms of actual lyricism, I focus much more on the writing, the layered kind of writing, but I think one thing that's really similar is that we both have clear narrative storylines to every round, and then all 3 rounds kind of come together to tell a story. And even if our content isn't always, it might be a little bit different or specific wordplay writing style is different, I still think that the way that we put the whole album together is actually pretty similar. To me, that's how I see it, because a lot of rappers just get up there and punch, or they might have a little bit of angle here, a little bit of there, but you see T-Top, each section leads into the next section. You know what I mean? Everything he's talking about, it's a storyline. So, and that's what I try to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's actually a big similarity there. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you, what makes you say no? Do you say no to battle?
I said no to battles, but I've said no to battles where I haven't said. Well, there's only 1 or 2 events that I wasn't on because I wasn't interested in any of the people that were offered to me, or vice versa. But for the most part, I've just been saying yes since I've been back. And but sometimes too, it's like I had a certain like, you know, a few opponents in mind or certain things in a row. Yeah, I want this one and I want that one, or depending on the way one went, I might have had something else in mind. So, you know, it goes kind of both ways. Where sometimes it might be a league coming to me with a name, and sometimes it's me coming to them like, yo, this is what I have in mind. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I want to do. And if they're on the same page and they think it makes sense, then we put it together. But yeah, you know, I mean, I'm kind of with everything right now. It has to kind of make sense in the right moment. You know, like I think that just this T-Top battle makes sense. I really did want to, you know, I really was on the fence about what I was going to do for London, and they've been wanting me to battle T-Top for a minute, and I've been with it, but I was just on the fence about it. And you know, with him and Geechee battling at the Strike, to me, I was like, well, if Geechee watches him, then it don't make sense for me to battle T-Top. It makes more sense for me to battle Geechee at that point. So that's why I was kind of just like, you know, fuck it, man. Whoever wins, I'm going to take. I felt like Top won. I felt like he got the first clear. Geechee got the second clear.
And then you gave T-Top the third.
I felt like when he had the I felt like it was close, and then when he had that performance of the night bar, you know what I'm talking about, where he was like, you know, he's pouring out a pint. If he survives, and his doctor gonna have performance of the night. I just felt like, to me, I was like, damn, that was the biggest reaction of that round.
That was one of the best third rounds I've seen from Top this year.
Yeah, exactly. So to me, it was when he said that bar, I was like, oh, he just stole the round. I felt like he stole the round with that bar because it was just like, you know, it was just a crazy. It was the biggest reaction of that round, so I felt like he got it. But people were mixed on it. Like the poll that I put up, you know, more people had Top winning. To me, I mean, more people had Geechee winning. To me, yeah, I think that Top is just kind of in a position right now where people are looking at him. You know, he kind of wore out his welcome for a little moment, so the energy's not behind him. And Geechee is the guy, like he's the guy of the moment right now. So I think that to a certain extent, you know, you can't always trust those polls, but so you know, I think if you watch that battle in like 20 years from now, and you don't have the context of the Strike or, you know, the year that Geechee's having, you might look at that battle differently and be like, oh, you know, if you looked at that battle without the context of what's going on in the culture, it's going to look different. But either way, the fact that so many people felt like Geechee won, I was just like, all right, fuck it, I'll battle both of them, you know what I mean? Like, I just, to me, I'm not here to build a brand or, you know, sell merch or, I mean, I might do all that stuff, but I'm just here to prove to myself that I can still do it. I still got it. That it was, you know, in Battlerap, you take one loss or you do one thing that isn't up to par, and all of a sudden, like, you were never dope, and you know they try to kill you and rewrite history, and so they tried to rewrite history on me, and I just, you know, coming back to rewrite it again. Like I'm not okay with that, so I'm just coming back for myself, really, and part of that is just being like, yo, fuck it, like I'm gonna be active. Like I'm not gonna be one of these guys that's just sitting on the top. You know what I mean?
Your material to me, and I feel you. I definitely feel you. I get into like this thing. It's like, when is the last time I didn't like Iron Solomon? And when I say that, it's serious, and it's like, yo, it's like that. Like, I can't find it like readily in my head. Like, yo, your past material, you are so talented, and like, yo, that whole glory hole scheme versus JC. Was that versus JC? Yeah, that was versus JC.
Yeah.
Fire.
Good looking.
Like, it's like you can make something like so left field, so complex. And it's, to me, I'm paying attention to the penmanship and, the consistency behind it. Like, my favorite, I'd say, within the past, most recent battles of yours, I'm obviously go Nitty, Chilla. I like JC Big K. I like these battles. These battles. But
that's what's up.
if I may, I would like to see you versus a couple of people because, you know, I got my little list together who I like. I really want you to battle.
Let's talk about it.
I want you to battle. Okay. They ran it by me. The fans ran it by me on the timeline and said, I don't know about this Geechee Iron Solomon. It don't make sense, right? So I was on that side, like, yo, it doesn't make sense. I would rather see Iron against B.I. Okay, but then I looked at your year, and I looked at his year, and I said, nah, these the two, y'all got to battle for champion of the year. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, that's the thing that's the thing to me is like I feel like most other people in my position would stay away from Geechee and try to do something bigger than what he's doing to win champion of the year, because this is something I would have done like back in the day when I was being more just cautious with, you know, my reputation or my brand or whatever you want to call it, is like, you know, just be safe and like because Geechee, you know, he's still very much an up and comer. Like for a lot of people, it's not going to make sense to take that risk. But I'm just trying to I'm just not trying to be that person. Like I'm trying to just be active out here and trying to, you know.
You're not ducking. So it's
like to me, it's like you got to come off the mountain if you want to keep your spot up there. You got to come down sometimes and show people how you got up there. And I'm just trying to be that way. Yeah,
you can't just like, and that's what I always look at. You know, everybody always asks me, how is LeBron always playing at this level? Because he got the seasoning. He's been in the league. For so many years. The same thing. You never going to get no rookie that's just about to cook LeBron James, because it's always going to be that veteran, been here. You know, the more you do it, the easier it gets type of thing. But y'all challenge yourselves. So in some of y'all, it's not like that. It doesn't get easier. You did not have an easy year. You did not.
Nah, hell no.
You think this is battle tech
everybody that I've been taking is just straight gunning for me too. Like nobody's taking me lightly. Like it's not, nobody wants, you know, you know, not only do I come from a certain era that holds, you know, it holds weight in people's minds, but I'm not fucking around in this era either. So it's like, I'm a legend, you know, I'm a head on the totem pole for people, like in a trophy case, just because of what I come from. But then I came to play in this era too. So it's like, and they know that I'm one of the pens, you know what I mean? So it's definitely, nobody's going easy on me. Nobody's going easy on me for sure. Like, and I, you know, to me, it's like I'll get back to all the big names and the veterans. Like I'll get back to them, but like, yo, a lot of these guys is ducking, man. It takes too much energy to like go back and forth and make these battles happen. And these young guys are hungry, and so let's eat, let's have a meal, man. Like it takes too much to get some of these people to the table. So like, fuck them, you know.
That's what I'm saying, because I've always wondered, because I've talked to a few different battlers, and some of the, like, I call them the OG battlers, like y'all who have been in battle rap for so long, and y'all been doing this, y'all could speak to so many different things that when I was a little kid, when I was a little younger. So it's like, when I talk to some of y'all, it's like, all right, you know, some of them is like, I'm only going to take, like, people that's going to be a guaranteed drops. I only have certain names I'm going to battle. Then you got some that's like, nah, I'll battle somebody that's new. I don't give a fuck. So it's like, it's 50-50. But I really need you to battle E Hart for me. What's good?
E Hart? Why do you say that?
What is up?
Yeah, I'm a fan, yo. Like I'm telling you, I like. To me, a lot of the female battle rappers are just like in general are better than the men in terms of like the content, because like a lot of you know, not necessarily saying like, oh, just better rappers period, but like a lot of the dudes, it's like get away with just gun bar, punchline, and almost all of the female battles that I watch, they're both coming with like real content and like a lot of different things. Like they'll have some jokes, some personal shit, some wordplay. Like I often feel like people that don't get accepted right away into something or don't get the recognition, sometimes they work harder and like go overboard to be good. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like because a lot of the females don't always get the recognition or they don't get a pathway in, it's like they sometimes it seems like they work even harder because some like a lot of those battles are crazy. Like a lot of the female battlers are crazy. I got to meet C3 at the strike for the first time, and she's fire. Tori Doe. Yeah.
Get her
I'm telling you, man, I watch everything. Yeah.
Set it up. Listen, a lot of the men think that being a woman is a handicap. They think that like you always going to get the man that wants to call her a bitch. Like I want somebody to battle E Hart without calling her ugly. That's why I want you to battle her. I want E Hart to get an opportunity to have a quality opponent. That's A. And B, your style is what I want to see. I don't ever really look at what the battler looks like or anything like that. It's what you sound like. What you give me the bars. I want bars. Some people, they take a long time for me to get the bar, and I don't want it at that stage. I'm like, whatever. I don't like this person. But some people, they deliver me and they give me consistent, material. So it depends on where we at with it. But I really think that, just getting the men involved and battling the women and not looking at that as a handicap, because she theoretically should have had way more battles on her resume than what we got.
Right.
And, like, certain people don't get credit. Like, Official stood in front of Disaster. I know a lot of these dudes that won't stand in front of Disaster. You
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
you know what I mean? But
it's terrifying. And it's like, it don't matter. Like, and then you get, like, at 40 bars. 40 battle Daylight. You battle Daylight, right?
Oh, 40. So 40 is fire. I love 40.
So let them. Why did she not battle Chilla? What's going on? Like the style.
Well, they're writer's block though, no? I guess writer's block battles each other and shit, so that maybe that don't count.
Yeah, you can still.
But I agree, and I definitely am down.
But you and E Hart
for
in a volume or a small room in a small event with y'all. Oh my
ill.
God.
Yeah, that's ill. And I would definitely want to do it like what you're saying. Like I think that there's always an inclination to just go super heavy with the like misogyny or just gender in general. And to me, I would want to just do it different. I wouldn't come with that.
Rap.
Like
I know you were really rap. Like rap. This is what I think. I think battling a woman would make anybody's pen sharper. I just feel like it was really unfortunate for 3 that she had to get in front of Tay-Rock. I don't know how that happened, and I do not know. If I was to be like, all right, I'm going to get a woman, no disrespect to C3, but because of her style, I wouldn't have put her up against Tay-Rock. That didn't even make sense.
Right.
So when
it was kind of rough.
This created this stigma of, when a girl gets in front of a dude, she's going to get destroyed. And then it's this whole thing, but in reality, you got battles. Like I honestly, 40 is really heavy with the wins on the males in my book because she beat Cortez, she beat Big T, she beat Daylight. I did have them beating K-Shine and DNA, but that's debatable. You could argue that 2-on-2. But other than that, it's like they don't get the credit they deserve. And they don't even get the stages, but it's because a lot of the dudes won't even look their way. When I say that Surf and Official would be a fire battle, tell me I'm lying. And it's like,
nah, that would be crazy.
Get Nitty in there with her. She can, what's up? There's no reason she should be like, I'm going to retire because there's not enough males. When I look at it like a video game, like when I'm playing Tekken, they don't put the males on one side and the women on the other side. Right. And all the fighters is in one pool, and I could pick the one I like. And that should be the case with me spending $50 a month, $100 a month on pay-per-views. I want to see y'all get y'all hands dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like, if, I feel like if you willing to battle Geechee and them, then you should get in there and rumble with them, too. Because it's the same. They got bars, you get bars. They get a pin, you get a pin. You get the same amount of minutes. That's it. Who gonna give me what I want?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
Nah,
out of the women, I really just think E. Hart would be a quality opponent for you as well. Like, you're not just walking in there beating her. No disrespect, but she's not walking in there beating you either.
Yeah, that's ill. I never like for a while I haven't really thought about it, just because it would take a lot of thought and energy, because I wouldn't want to do it the way most people do it, and so. But yeah, I never thought about E. Hart specifically. I never really thought about who specifically I would want to end up battling, but yeah, I definitely have to think about that. That's a good one, and I definitely have to. Just keep that top of mind, because I definitely want to just do things that other people are not doing, and I really am a fan of a lot of the female rappers, so that would be super dope. I think that's a great idea.
I just hate that people be like, "Oh, we get a woman, and E. Hart, we gotta find a woman for E. Hart to battle." No, you don't. Right. Where's Danny? Where's C-Dot? Where's Iron? Where are they at? Like, you don't have to get a woman for her to battle. Like, theoretically, QB didn't have to battle Shuni. Like, I understand this battle, but I also understand that, like, QB could battle Rock. I would much rather her battle Rock than C3, because she would have made the battle a way better. So we go into start looking at their styles and stop looking at who they are. Like, even with y'all,
right,
like, I don't look at y'all names or, certain people, they like, what? You talking crazy? Like, no. You have to look at what they do well. And sometimes you get a style clash. But then it works out, because they're so different. It's like, oh, this is a fire battle. Like you and Nitty. That was a fire battle, but that was, to me, a style clash. So,
for sure.
When you break stuff down like that, it's different, but I think people should more so look at that. But they look at the women like, oh, you're a woman before anything. Like, I'm a battler. I battle. I'm here to do my job, but they out here, and they do accept battles. So I'm just trying to make sure that they're not battling Big T out of his prime. Like, to me, you're still in your prime, like you said. And I think that they deserve a quality opponent in their prime as well. You can't get a Cortez outside of his prime, and then he like, well, I didn't care about that battle. Doesn't do her any justice. I want them to be able to rumble, because it's a test for them too. Like, so slicing that up. But I do got a question. Speaking about matchups, would you do a 2-on-2?
I've thought about it, and there's a few people that I spoke to about it. I think I have a little more work to do, like, as a just solo, but I definitely am interested in it. I'm like kind of a picky person. Like, it would be interesting. You know what I mean? It would be outside of my comfort zone to collaborate in that way, because I don't even really spar with people.
Who would you do with on your team?
I mean, I've spoken to Diz about it. I've joked with a bunch of other people about it. So I don't really know. Who do you think would make sense?
Honestly, it just depends, but it could not be somebody who it has to be somebody high energy, like somebody like Danny. Because Danny could really he's very intriguing with his wordplay, because he'd take you on a journey. I feel like the styles would mesh well pen-wise, but you laid back, but you not no punk, but Danny going to be all in a nigga's face. So I think that kind of energy, it just has to be somebody aggressive. And so,
yeah, it makes sense.
Even I hate to say it, but even twerk.
Why do you hate to say that?
Because I like Twerk and Suge as a two. That's just me being from Jersey. And they're doing that? Suge and Twerk, they teamed up? Well, they talked about it, and they was talking about, being the Monstars and all this, the Jersey Twin Towers and all these names and stuff was floating around. And I said, well, damn, I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like that 2-on-2.
No,
like,
that's fire.
crazy.
I like that a lot.
Right.
I
so
thought that
said,
Twerk and O-Red were going to do something too.
O-Red. Yeah, I didn't know what happened with that, but I'm glad that it didn't happen because I don't like that. Like, it's better with Suge, and that's why I say I hate to say it, but if I was to split that 2-on-2 up, I think that you would be very good because I think that Twerk could learn a lot from you. And I think once he learn what he needs to learn, it'll sharpen everything up, and y'all will really be the well-oiled machine and be crazy. So I think that would be great.
Yeah, Twerk is my man, too. I speak to Twerk a good amount, like just to try to encourage him and point him in the right direction, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Because, I mean, a lot of the fans these days, and I noticed, they like to hold you to, like, weird standards when you're new. Like, if you're new and good, like, you can't afford to mess up. Like, that's like Donovan Mitchell, a rookie, he have a bad game. Or even Lonzo Ball. Like, Lonzo Ball is new to the league. But if he have a bad game, it look way worse than if, like, Russell Westbrook have a bad game when, theoretically, Russell Westbrook not supposed to be having a bad game because he is the veteran. So it's like they
right. You know what I think? I think part of it is the hype. Like, people are so excited. Like, Lonzo Ball is a good one because there's so much hype and energy around him. Same thing with Twerk. And then I think also it's like you never seen them bounce back. Like, you know, like when you're 3 years old, 1 year is a third of your life. So if you have a bad year, like it's a big deal, you know what I mean? But when you're 30, you know, 1 year is like, all right, that was a bad year, but I know I'm gonna have another year, you know what I'm saying? So I think when there's a smaller sample size, it's a bigger percentage. Like, anything negative is a bigger percentage of the whole entire thing. So I think that's part of it too. And Twerk is fucking up, you know what I mean? Don't get it twisted. Like, he's definitely playing with something he shouldn't be playing with. So I think some of it is warranted, but I also just think in general, like, we're such a small culture and community that, like, we got to just be a little bit nicer to each other. Like, it's not going to get us nowhere to it's really not. It's not easy. It's not easy to get up and do that. And, like, you know, I just think we got to be. There's a different way, you know, there's a certain ways that you could be constructive in the way that you criticize someone, and there's certain times where it's just, like, super extra, and a lot of times it should just be extra, you know what I mean?
I think that's what happened with Chess, and I get mad because I fight with Chess. I think you should battle him by the way. That would be super, super fire. And actually... Oh,
yeah, we're talking about it already.
That would be a fire 2-on-2 for you. Because Chess is actually very good in 2-on-2s. And that would be help, you know, y'all can help each other. I think, actually, the styles and the aggression that he has was what I was talking about.
Yep.
So I think...
Yeah, Chess is incredible, yo. I'm a huge Chess fan, and I actually spoke to him at... I spoke to him at the strike. He and I had a conversation about us battling. I'm definitely trying to see Chess because he's incredible to me. I love Chess.
Well, after
I'm a fan of everybody. I'm really actually a fan of everybody that choked. Like, I'm dead ass a fan of Twerk. I'm a fan of Chess. B Magic. Like, I'm a big like. These are some of my favorites. What's that?
Do you see the passion though that he has?
Oh yeah. Nah, it's ridiculous. And he's so young. Like, Chess is so young. That shit is crazy.
So I think that would be a good one. I think that so, like, what do you say to those chokers or, like, people that choke or that mess up, like, advice to the PGs, you know? Because there's been a lot of PGs, Iron. It's a lot of PGs. PGs
you mean people that came up through that system?
Just PG cards, just so much talent coming through. And just looking at, you know, it's kind of hard, but that's where I think that the women need to be incorporated because there's a lot of women PGs, too, that I think should all be able to eat. But when you get into, like, these newer guys and let's say they doing these battles, some of them are not dropping, honestly. But what do you say to them, like, if they have a bad battle or when they mess up for, like, the first time? What do you say to them?
I mean, I think that every loss is a lesson, right? Like, you can't, like, I personally have always learned more from my mistakes than from, the successes. Like, I always look at what I could do better. And even, I've had battles where people had literally zero criticism of them. They were just, oh my God, it was crazy, it was amazing, whatever. And all I personally could think about was like what I could have done better. It's not the most fun thing to feel, but it helps. It does, it does put you in a position to continue to improve. I think like I always read like, self-help and business and all these type of articles and books and whatnot. And one of the most impactful things that I ever read was saying basically like the best trait of a successful person is becoming comfortable with being uncomfortable. So basically, if you're like doing something new that you've never done before, that's always going to be a discomfort. But if you're used to trying new things and being uncomfortable, then that feeling of being uncomfortable is going to be something that's familiar to you. So you're like, all right, I could learn something new. I could put myself in this tough position. And I think what happens is people, as rappers, we get really like emotionally comfortable with people like liking what we did and giving us positive feedback. And especially, I think even in the PGs or people that just come from a smaller room in general, I think these days the crowd is such a big part of battle rap where people know, how they're supposed to react. What are they got their ad libs. People are getting famous off of just being in the crowd because they got funny ad libs. So you show up to these small room battles and people want to have a moment like this. Like when you watch, Nitty versus Av, you're like, damn, I would love to be in a building for that. So if you're in the building at the next battle, you're going to try to, as a fan, create that moment where you're like, he's going crazy. You know what I mean? Like the fans amp it because they want to have that feeling. And then I think the guys who are battling in those environments, they kind of buy into it. And when they don't get that energy from the big stage or I just need my chance. Like I made them go crazy in the small room. Then they look at it like it's hate or like, oh, you know what I mean? So, and I see that a lot, like with the younger guys that come from the small rooms. They get to a big stage or they get a big opportunity and it doesn't go how they thought, and now all of a sudden they're kind of like put off by it. But I think the thing is just to, never you can't start really like just thinking who you are and like looking at it like, you've arrived. You can never feel like you've arrived. You have to always be on that path to continue to improve, and just don't believe the hype. Like don't believe your own hype, because as soon as you believe your own hype, you stop improving. You know what I mean? Like you got to always be critical of yourself, no matter how positive other people might be about what you're doing or what you got going on. You have to always turn around and say, that's cool, but what can I do better? You know what I mean? And like I said, that's uncomfortable. It's not comfortable to feel. It's not comfortable to look at yourself and be honest about your flaws. As a person, as an artist, like anywhere, people usually, when you point out something that somebody did wrong, they get defensive and they don't want to hear it and they don't want to admit to it. But the more comfortable you are being uncomfortable and feeling those negative feelings about yourself and being able to use them in a constructive way, you're just opening up bigger lanes for yourself. Like you're opening up runway. You don't look at it like you're, oh yeah, if I find out something, a flaw, then all of a sudden I don't feel like I'm 100%, because you got to look at it like, no, now I see that I'm capable of doing 110%. Like instead of looking at it like it takes away from you to look at your flaws, you could be like, wow, I'm as great as I am, and I just found out about this flaw. That means I could be even better. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're discovering a new room in your house that you ain't even know existed. You know what I mean? And you got to look at it that way.
See, that's what I like. I like that kind of perspective to give to them, because it's hard. A lot of people don't realize how hard it is, and how much goes into being a battler. And, you know, so I think that just giving that perspective and being able to learn from your experiences is important too. I got a question, because I'm curious to know, how do you define a classic?
Man, that's tough, and they throw that word around a lot these days, right?
I know.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really thought about it, because I love it. I watch so much shit. Yeah, what's your definition?
A classic is when I can't pick who won. Like, if I really don't know who won, like, or if when I watch it, it's a different winner each time. Like, honestly, Suge and Twerk for me is a classic. A lot of people think it's weird, but I can't tell who won, because that third round is like, how did it go? Who got the third round for real? I don't know. And then, like, You and Nitty is a classic. I think, I don't know. It's like every time I watch it, I'll be like, Iron. Sometimes I'll be like, Nitty. Sometimes, I don't know. You get confused. And
sometimes you got Nitty? Sometimes you got Nitty? All right. I see how it is.
Sorry, Iron. Look, most of the time I got Iron.
No.
Most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good one. That makes for a good classic. You know, I think that's a certain type of classic
rock.
when you can't. When you don't know who won like that.
But a lot of people tell me a classic is just the replay value. So I'm trying to see what you think is a classic, and if you can give me an example of some of your favorite classics.
Yeah, I think those are good. You know, those are some good criteria. I think that, you know, when you can't tell who won, that's always. But sometimes it's, you know, it could still be, the battle could still be ass, even if you can't tell who won sometimes. But I think that does make for a good classic. I think also sometimes, like, shifting, you know, having cultural impact, or like shifting the culture. Like, obviously, you know, Lux Calico is a classic, but I don't think, you know, I think for the most part people have Lux winning. I know some people would, if they really count rounds, some people argue for Calico, but for the most part, you know, it's pretty. But that's Lux's performance is classic in that. You know what I mean?
Some people said that they grade it like boxing, where they give you credit for different stuff. But I don't do that. Yeah. I do tally mark. If the bar, to me it's simple. The bars is the bars. It's up to you to deliver the bars to me, as long as I get them, right? Whoever got the most bars wins in each round. So that's it. Now, if I get to a round where I'm stuck, then I'm like, damn, I got to go back. But I watch battles. Most battles lately have been good. I mean, there's been some battles I didn't like, but because there's been so many different cards, and shout out to you, because didn't you battle on every top league this year? You was on King of the Dot.
King of the Dot, RBE, and URL, yep.
Yep. So you out here.
Yep, I might be the only one.
So it's like,
I think I'm the only one, actually, that did that. Oh, no, maybe Matt. Maybe Matt did that. Yeah.
Where that chess battle at? Look.
I'm trying to do that next year for real.
From London, but I'm pretty sure you got 9 minutes.
I'm trying to do 2 to 3. I'm trying to do 2 to 3 battles. I'm definitely obviously T-Top, and then and then Geechee, and then maybe one more. I'm trying to get in one more after that before the year closes.
I would prefer E-Heart, but if it was D-Dot. Because I really, like, if you look at the cards, you know what I'm saying? Like, and honestly, my top 3 for Champion of the Year is you, Geechee, and Shuni. Because Shuni actually battled official. She will have battled QB and 40 this year. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's pretty wild.
I don't know dudes that want to do that. So, yeah, no, that is crazy. I'm looking at the opponents, and I'm looking at, because there's a couple people that got arguments, but I don't know. Geechee, my man, that's my homie, but I'm really looking at these battles. how I don't know, I count the Nitty. If I count that into this year, it's like it only makes it worse for other people. So it's like, just looking at the last, like, I want to say 5 battles have been quality. You all over.
I'm not going to argue with you.
So it's like, yeah, you are. No, and then one of the things I really respect about you, about your consistency, is that you never stopped learning. Because you could have. You was Iron Solomon so long ago, and you could have stayed like that, but you kept growing into a better version of Iron Solomon, kind of like Spider-Man. Every time we see a movie of Spider-Man, the graphics better. It's just like that. That's how it is. It's going to be clearer, So it's like every time we see Iron Solomon, he's getting better, and he never stopped learning. Like, he's learning how to, step out. Because what was that? Big K and JC a week apart. Cut it out.
Yeah, that was crazy. I don't know why I did that. It was so stressful. You got to keep learning. That's the way to do it. Yeah, it's mad stressful. A week apart like that was super stressful. And Big K, I changed all of my rhymes the night before. I always do dumb shit like that because when we were in a press conference, I don't know, just some of the stuff he was saying made me think he was going to go in a certain direction, and so I changed mad shit to try to combat what I thought he was going to come with. So I just do stupid shit that stresses make myself even more stressed out. I don't know why I do it. So I'll probably do it again anyway. I never learned my lesson.
But my bar is out of space. I love that.
Oh yeah, that's JC, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like that wordplay. I think that's my favorite battle of yours this year, honestly.
Dope. That's what's up. Yeah. Yeah, I like that one. That was a good one, man. JC is crazy. It was definitely dope to stand in front of him. He's a monster, man. He's a monster, and to do it in 3 weeks, that's the type of shit too. Is that
was the preparation.
That's crazy. And I've never it's been years since the freestyle era that I've done something like that, and so that's the type of thing where I mean comfortable being uncomfortable. I knew that was gonna stress me out. I knew that but I did it because of it. You know what I'm saying? I've been saying if it don't scare me, it don't excite me. You got to put yourself in a position to feel challenged and be outside of your comfort zone, and that's where growth happens, is outside of your comfort zone. Growth never happens inside your comfort zone. It just don't. Whether you're in the gym lifting weights, if you're studying, if you're in a relationship, whatever it is, nothing. Progress really only happens outside of your comfort zone. So you have to take measures to put yourself there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I think that's really dope. But I got a question. What was your favorite fan experience? All the years, all the events. What was your favorite fan experience?
Damn. I mean, honestly, my favorite fan experience is with other battle rappers, because I'm a fan of, when you speak to people who understand what it takes, and when they they say, it just that shit is crazy. I had a conversation with Calico on at Summer Madness 7 in Vegas, and he was he pulled me aside and was yo, he was you really came up with the Jordan shit with Nitty, and he was talking about each specific word and how each word was so deliberate, and I don't know why, I don't know why specifically I never would have been oh, I bet Calico was an Iron Solomon fan, but for some reason it kind of surprised me, and it was just there's little shit like that just is damn, that's dope, man, because I'm a fan of everybody. No matter where I am in the game, I always I watch whenever the PG battles drop. I watch them. I watch a bunch of small leagues. I watch So, you know, stuff like that is just really dope to me. You know what I mean? Seeing people, and then even seeing people at multiple, like seeing fans that aren't like that I'm not aware of as battle rappers at multiple events where you'd be like, yo, I just seen this dude in Vegas and now he's over here, and or seeing him years apart where you'd be like, yo, you know, at this point, like it's been years that I've been seeing this person. That shit's kind of ill. And then actually, this is probably one of the illest fan stories. Is that this is years ago. I just thought of this. Years ago, I used to have a DVD. I had Underground Sessions DVDs. That's what it was. This is fucking years ago. It had to be like 2007, like 2006, 2007, like mad long ago. And you know, I had been on the Underground Sessions DVD, and they gave me like a box of them to sell, just, you know, as partly as compensation. And I went to the Rocksteady anniversary because I'm down with this open mic, this like a hip hop crew called End of the Week, EOW, and they host the Rocksteady reunion in I think it was in Lincoln Park in New Jersey, in Newark. And I was out there, like I've gone to the Rocksteady reunion since like '96. Like I've been there every year. Just I love that shit. But this year I was there to perform. And I brought in the DVDs, and I snuck my weed in one of the DVDs. And then I got on stage to perform, and I was throwing DVDs out in the crowd, and I accidentally threw the DVD with the weed in it to a fan. And after I got on stage, I was like, fuck, man, I threw the weed away. And then, like a couple years later, or a year, like it was a while later. This was in New Jersey, right? I was in Ohio at Scribble Jam, and this dude came up to me and was like, "Yo, I was at Rocksteady, and you performed, and you were throwing out DVDs, and I caught a DVD, and there was a fucking bag of weed in the DVD." And, like, I'll never forget that shit forever. Like, I didn't have weed that day. They searched my man, and his weed got taken away, some shit. And then when I caught the DVD, like, it was, like, the best shit ever. I got a free DVD from you, and I got the weed. And then to see him, like, you know, mad, you know, in New Jersey that happened, and I ran into him at another hip-hop event in Ohio, was just like, wow, that's ill. Like, the coincidence is crazy, you know?
That's crazy.
So that's got to be the illest one. Yeah, that's probably one of the illest ones.
I will hope. Honest, that is one of my dreams. I do want to see you at a Double Impact, Iron. You got it.
Okay, yeah.
You could do it. I got to see you on the Double Impact.
Yep.
And
I'm with it. I definitely want to do it.
You and B-Dot do against Marvin Quest too.
That would be tough, yo, because Marvin Quest is like for real, my friends. Like I mean, they've been in Philly a couple times recently, come to the crib, be around my son and everything. Like Quest knows my wife like from way back in the day, EO-Dub. So I don't think I could ever battle Quest and Marv. But me and B-Dot would be crazy, and B-Dot is definitely another, like, that's the homie. Like, we chop it up, and I just try to support him as much as possible.
And B-Dot and Gucci will be fire.
That's crazy. I keep trying to convince B-Dot and Geechee to do a battle, to battle each other, because, like, when me and B-Dot end up seeing each other in the ring, it's going to be a different conversation, and, like, so it's got to be the right thing. Like, I want it to be the right moment when if and when he and I cross paths. And I think that Geechee and B-Dot both being from Cali, you know, one coming in from the blue side, one coming from the red side, like one being more street, the other being more conscious. Like, there's just so much room for that conversation to just transcend battle rap, like, period. Like, I just feel like that shit would be, you know, I just think they could do something that was really, really kind of went to the next level in terms of, like, visibility even. Like, I think a lot of, you know, media outlets would be interested in seeing that because depending on how they approach the conversation, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that I think that whole setup would be fire with you and Chess, because to me, if he gets through his fucking round, he's one of the most dangerous battlers there is. That first round against Tay-Rock, top five favorite rounds in battle rap, right? Ever for me.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that.
Like, whoa. And if that's the kind of energy I'm getting, he did a 2-on-2 against Steams with Zeus. That was fire. Listen, I'm just convinced because he's so multiverse. He is doing single battles and he is doing 2-on-2. He's so new. So just watching that flower, watching that grow, I think that, because I wouldn't want y'all to battle nobody that's been to, like, no gun titles or nothing, like, not just off top. But people, we don't get.
Oh nah, well Surf got to see me. Surf got to see me alone before he brings back up anyway. So.
Back up. Would you battle Rock? You're not on Rock resume.
Yeah, Rock. If there's anything left of Rock after Pat Stay, I would think about it.
I don't know, man.
Rock's not there.
Rock, one of my favorites.
Yeah, he would be a challenge, man. Like me and Rock to meet has to have. I only want to see him on URL, on Gnome or Summer Madness in New York. I want to see him at his most gassed, most powerful, most impactful. That's the only way. That's the only way I want to see him, because I want the challenge. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to get the easy. I don't want to get an easy win. I don't want to see him on UW like Sharon or whatever. Like I want to, I want to come see Superman in his house on Krypton.
Wow. And you know what? I think, for me, I just have the ability to look at the battler and see what they do well and like different pieces of different battlers. Like, I know what I like from them. Like, I like gun bars, but not from certain people. Like, it's only certain people.
Totally.
So it's like, you want to hear the pen from certain people. Otherwise, it'll bore me to death. So when you start getting into, those different things, I really think that when you know what you're good at, then you good as gold, and you got it. Yeah. And Geechee and B-Dot and them, they learned early on what they was good at. And some, it took them a minute to get that identity. I think like T-Top. Like T-Top, honestly, I didn't even like T-Top, okay? I'm from Newark. Going into it, I was pro-surf. And I hate to say, after that, I started looking at T-Top. I'm like, all right. Then he got with Goods. I said, I didn't really like the battle as a over. I don't really like Goods because I feel like Goods is a very basic battler. I feel like if I was going to make a carbon copy of, like, somebody, like, if I was a battler, personally wanted to battle, I'll be like, all right, give me Goods. But I wouldn't be like, give me R's, give me Rock, give me Surf, give me Iron. I would not do that. But I would definitely be like, give me Goods. And if I do that, because I'm a little more picky because I write myself, he doesn't impress me in any fashion. Not angles, not delivery, not nothing. So it's like hard for me to call that, but I did have him winning, but he didn't really, I didn't think he won because he rapped. Like, it was weird. You know what I'm saying? It was just a weird battle. Then you get T-Top, and people act like they forgot. What? T-Top did do his thing. He didn't lose after that until Ill Will. And even then, Ill Will barely beat him, in my opinion. I did have T-Top winning the first round. I had Ill Will second and third. This is in the building. And after I watched the pay-per-view to verify. So, T-Top, he's been doing his thing, but one of the main things that makes him so dangerous is the fact that he is different T-Top every battle.
I ain't never seen the T-Top that battle Surf again, and that was fire. I ain't never seen the T-Top that battle Av, and that was fire. Like, it's been so many battles.
He really tailors to the opponent. Like, he really, it's about the person. Like, that's what I think is actually similar about us, you know what I mean? And that's where I feel like, you know, people saying style clash, like, I don't totally see it that way because, you know, I think we both kind of come from that approach. And I think, like you said, he used to really just do the drug talk. And once he realized, like, how to put it together with the angles, like, that's where he kind of took off and set himself apart. You know what I mean?
He didn't stop learning, and you got to give him credit.
Yeah,
and this is what I always tell people. It's like the battlers, who are you? Like, who are you around? You could tell, like, who people be around, what they doing. Like, T-Top, he hang with people that's consistent, people that don't play with battles, people that's showing up ready to kill something. So that's what I would expect from him because birds of a feather flock together.
Right.
Because Briz, I see he don't be fucking out. He don't be coming, joking, playing. I see Briz, he come in, do his job. I see Rock, he come in, do his job. Not Rock, but Rock be with Briz. You know how that shit go. It's like a chain of events. Totally. Like, it's just a little bit of them rub off on you. And it's like T-Top really, you know, doing his thing. I mean, he was just with K-Shine on the last call. And K-Shine been wilding too. So, you know, when you just start looking at
K-Shine
that.
and DNA, that's like some of the most consistent people in battle rap, period. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So you got to give it up. You got to give it up. So I think, actually, this is going to be, to me, your most dangerous battle. I think, I don't know, is this your first time in London? You've been to London before.
I've been to London, but I've never actually battled in London. I've been to London for music, for battle rap. I've been there for just personal, but I've never actually battled there. So I'm super excited about it. And I do agree that it is the most dangerous because I think that he has the type of skill set. Like, look at him and JC, look at him and Av, where he's going up against Penn guys, and he just paints a picture that makes you feel differently about that person.
It's like he clown you. It's not even like, T-Top Av, one of my top 3 battles that I like. I like a lot of battles. A lot of battles, top 3. This don't count how many I got. So, like, when I'm in a certain mood, T-Top and Av is just so funny because T-Top is so, like, I don't like jokey joke battles. I couldn't, like, that's why people like Pat Stay, Hollow, I'm not a big fan of them, surprisingly, because I feel like they be playing too much. Like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. It doesn't land for me because I'm not joking. But you get T-Top, and I love T-Top because it's like T-Top be making me laugh. When he said, I was supposed to battle Prez tonight. He even stole the show. Look, it was just so funny how he do it, and he's him when he do it. So it's not fake and it's not forced, but he was still funny. He's funny to me. Ever since Good, he been funny. Ever since. Right. And it's like, and I don't look for that, but I like that from T-Top. Only T-Top could do that jokey joke shit. And Ill Will could kind of get away with some jokey joke every now and then. When he was like, what did he tell Briz about, they didn't even book my niggas' rooms. That told him Briz mama giving head out. That was funny. That was funny. Listen to Lux. Yeah, so you look at all that and it's like,
well, he did the whole Lux shit there, the fake choke where he was like, Briz mama giving head out. Briz mama, she's giving head out. That shit was crazy. Yeah. Yeah, it was hilarious.
So I like him. Then he was like, I would like to play a game. So that was fire. Like I like that jokey play and add a little personality, but I don't like that from everybody. Like if JC show up and try to jokey joke, I don't want to hear it. If Geechee show up, Geechee could jokey joke. But he not too jokey joke. Like B-Dot, he started. This West Coast, I know that they did start adding jokes, but it's not over the top. Like Danny could joke when he was like, "Oh, Canada." That was funny to me. I'm sorry, I was gonna laugh. So certain things is like I could accept it, but I like when battlers are true to themselves. And
right,
when you add
I think
something to
that's
it, you
great
gotta
advice
keep
for the
learning.
for the new guys too. Yeah, I think that's great advice for the new guys too. Is just figure out what you're good at. Just because you like seeing someone else do something, doesn't mean you have
that
to
might not
do
be
it the
your
same
seasoning.
way. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of ways.
Because I think that
as a writer, there's a lot of different ways to take an idea and turn it into something else. So you could have a good piece of wordplay that you think has to be about a gun, and you take it from saying, "Yo, this is something I would do," and you turn it into saying something you're not about X, Y, Z, and you could use the same wordplay, and it just doesn't have to be saying something that you're not. You know what I mean? So I think there's a lot of ways to do it.
I think certain people gonna blow up based on that. Like I think when you recognize, I always use this analogy in NBA. Some people got the dog in them. Like some people will show up to the game and drop like whatever the team needs to win. That's it. But some show up and I'm dropping 50 tonight. Like I got the dog in me. Like you're not stopping me. Like it's a certain energy.
Yeah.
And battlers, when you get to a certain level, I think people like Av and Nitty, they have a hard time because they not learning. They not adding nothing. They still doing the same shit. You cannot do that. You're gonna lose. That's why it's becoming difficult for people like Nitty to stand in front of Briz, because Briz is coming with so much more.
Right.
It's like, the fans, they start to get greedy, kind of like 2K or anything else where you're having more than one. Like, why would I want a woman that cook when I can have one that cook and clean? Like, it doesn't make sense. So, when you start getting that, I don't want the PGs to get to, oh, I'm a puncher and I'm a puncher and that's it. It's like, no, you're better at punching than everything else, but you're also good at wordplay. You're good at skiing. So you got, you know what I'm saying? You got to really give them a meal and say, well, you like the chicken the most, but you also got mashed potatoes on the plate. So
right. And you don't want a whole plate. You don't want a whole plate of just one or the other. So it's like
the same thing.
Yeah.
If I'm getting a whole plate of punches, I'm not satisfied. So I feel you. I definitely, feel you. I appreciate you. You pushed through to the Loudroom, showing love. Any questions for me?
All the way.
You got questions for me?
No, that's it. I'm sure we'll do this again, though.
Yeah, you're more than welcome anytime. Just hit me up. Best of luck. Definitely safe travels to London. You already know I'm watching. And
yeah, I can tell. I can tell that
honestly,
your pay-per-view.
Both of y'all, this battle means a lot to me because both of y'all are serious. And I'm passionate about people who take this art serious. There's a lot of people in the culture right now that's playing. That's like it's like, you could tell, when like a teenager get their first job and they don't take it serious until they get fired. You got to take your job serious. Right? Like, you got support, prepare for your battles, only take battles that you're going to attend, things like that. But I don't have to worry about the extras with you. I don't have to worry about the extras with T-Top. Y'all just show up and y'all do what the fuck y'all do, and I get to sit back and I get to watch, and it's going to be good. So it's like I get to be excited because of what you've given me. I get to be excited because of what T-Top's given me. Y'all have had fire years, and it's time. And y'all going to London.
Yeah, I'm excited.
This is some main event London shit. Fuck it. And you know what I'm saying? This is crazy. I know it's main event. It's a couple main events in my head. But to me, this battle means a lot to me because I like both of y'all. And I really want both of y'all. I know neither one of y'all going to disappoint me. And whoever win, whoever lose, both of y'all really gave me a win at the end of the day. So
Right. Yeah, that's the biggest win to me. 100%.
I'm gonna have a
Appreciate
poll
you.
up, see what the fans thought, but it don't even matter. You already know I'm gonna like it. I already like the round. I ain't even heard the shit. All right, your first fire. Look, your first.
That's what's up. That's what's
So I definitely appreciate you for kicking it. Look, fucking with me.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for having me.
Y'all definitely
100%.
want to tune in. Yeah, I wish you the best. You have a good night.
Thank you. Likewise. All right.
At the crack of dawn, we're cooking it, brewing it, grilling it, flipping it. McDonald's fires up the griddle every morning so you can start digging in and enjoying it. And now you can get your morning rolling with a hot and savory sausage McMuffin for just $1. Then add any size hot McCafe drip coffee for just $1 more. 2 tasty ways to make your morning routine a little better. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive's Employee of the Month, 2 months in a row. Leave a message at the... Hi, Jamie. It's me, Jamie. I just had a new idea for our song about the Name Your Price tool. So when it's like, tell us what you want to pay, hey, 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 and the trombone goes, blah, 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 and you say, we'll help you find coverage options to fit your budget. Then we just all do finger snaps while a choir goes, savings coming at ya, savings coming at ya. Yes? No? Maybe? Anyway, see your practice tonight. I got new lyrics for the rap break.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.